Hello, YouTube community, and welcome to the Culturalist. I'm James Blinken, and we're in Season 6, and it's Episode 50. So what are we going to do at this special premiere? Talk about media literacy during the second coming of the orange fascist fuckface. But people like the orange fascist fuckface. Like, he did win the popular vote and electoral college this last election, so clearly people like him. But for the other half who hates him, he has clearly done a lot of bad shit since he's come back to office. But none of it is unexpected. Trump has been as bad as we all thought, but he's not been a quote-unquote dictator like everything he has done, we knew he was going to do. Like, he hates the media, like the AP. So he kicks them out when they won't call the Gulf of the Culturalists the Gulf of America. And yes, if Trump can name it the Gulf of America, I can name it the Gulf of the Culturalist. Don't at me. The majority of voters in the country wanted Trump. But don't be tricked. He still got less than 50% of the vote. And what does that mean? Not a damn thing. Nothing. Nada. It's just an annoying fact. And now that all social media except for Blue Sky is essentially controlled by far-right lunatics sucking Donald Trump's McNugget toes, a lot of information that Americans digest online is potentially fake. Like Trump's hair. That's not real. So today we talk about digital literacy. Now, what is digital literacy? According to this plain piece of paper, digital literacy is the ability to use digital technologies to find, evaluate, create, and share information. That's a wide-ranging definition. It helps people evaluate information resources to identify bias and points of view and help people use reliable information. Of course, digital literacy is something you want to learn, but for some reason, that's not a big thing here in America. I guess we're too busy eating food out of buckets or making up realities to make us sleep better at night. I know I am. So, digital literacy is clearly important if you want to understand what is going on in the world, especially since so much of us use the internet to get our news and information and drugs. Another side note, if you order weed online, you're lazy. Get off your ass, get a job. And if you have a job, what the fuck, man? Okay, anyways. For example, if you search something up on social media, especially X and Threads, about anything about Donald Trump, you probably get many different facts about what is and isn't. And many people would see something like, Trump ate the golden arches at the DC McDonald's. If you see that, will you search it up to see if it's real? Well, if you do, congratulations, you do have digital literacy. If you don't, though, I completely understand because we live in a time we live in. Okay, so a couple of things. One, social media sites right now are controlled by the Hitler Youth or midlife crisis sunscreen bubble butts, aka far-right media billionaires. Even TikTok, when it was shut down, sucked Trump's French fry dick and thanked him for helping TikTok continue. Like, I'm gonna say it, TikTok rots the brain. Shutting it down would not be the worst thing. My argument is that these social media sites are controlled by the far right. Blue Sky is the only safe one right now, but it still is social media. So you really should not be getting your news from social media. If you do, you should really search up what you found to see if it's actually fact. Especially before you share it with your friends, and they share it with their friends, and before you know it, Trump sees it and says,
"They're eating the dogs."
Yes, social media is not a good place for news, but I understand why you might not want to trust big news corporations either, especially on foreign affairs. But there are many other sites you can use to check. For example, don't want to watch news about the cost of the pound on NBC? Then search it up on BBC instead, or something else. Be literate and search up what you want to know. And make sure it's true by confirming it with other sources. But for the sakes of everybody, please don't trust Nate Got You Covered news on Instagram. He's just a nobody reporting the news alone, and he's not gospel, okay? He's not God. This goes for the far right and left. All these little indie news sources often don't list sources and seem like rants, like this show. I really cannot stand when people repost big world stories from these random people on X posting, breaking news, Putin to cause World War III because of blank. Source me? Trust me, bruh. Trust me. Point is, that is a fake example, but people in 2025 really need to make sure they're being told the truth by somebody other than independent journalist Ted Brankill. Again, Ted Brankill is fake. So, if you see a news story on Instagram, maybe Google it to make sure other places are reporting the same thing. Please use your brain, because right now, a lot of brain power is gone or inactive or just not being used. Anyway, this was a tense premiere. Hopefully you learned how to keep yourself from falling into what I call the fake news prairie dog holes. On that note, I'm James Blinken. This has been The Culturalist, and thanks for watching.